The Linum Group has many years of experience of working on the Russian market. Developing and supporting manufacture have always been the priorities of the Linum Group. The Linum Group is a reliable and professional partner, one of the most trustworthy in its area of activity.
Со всеми, кому не безразлична судьба отечественного предпринимательства.
Traditions revived for the future. Dominion Managing Company was formed from a number of St. Petersburg companies and organizations. The history of Dominion goes back to Samsonьевская manufacture, which is inseparable from the history of the development of the Russian linen industry. Flax is an ancient, noble, and beautiful plant. In the spring, when the first shoots of flax emerge, the field turns emerald green and contrasts against the fields seeded with other plants. During blossoming, a tender blue color fills up the entire field. In the fall, when flax is ripe, the field turns light brown, like old gold with a reddish tint. There's an old Russian saying that goes, "He who sows flax will reap gold." On June 27, 1709, on the feast of Samsony the Hospitable, a Russian Orthodox Church holiday, Peter the Great led the victory of Poltava, and 5 months later ordered the construction of a wooden church in the St. Petersburg to commemorate this event. The stone church was built 20 years later. In 1713, the first almshouse in the city was built near the Samsonьевский church, and in 1836, across from it, Samsonьевская manufacture began its operation. The linen industry has always been considered Russia's national industry. Linen fibers have been used for weaving fabric, sewing clothing, and footgear. Flax has been the source of oil of the highest grade used for food and medicine. In the 10th through 13th centuries, flax became widespread in Russia. In the 13th through 16th centuries, the northwest lands became the center for manufacturing and trading linen. Up until the end of the 18th century, linen was the good number one in Russian export and accounted for most of the country's income from foreign trade. Today, the former Samsonьевская manufacture is an ultra-modern complex of buildings and structures that are part of the Samsonьевский holding company with Dominion at its head. Dominion United Managing Company carries out continuous strategic management and provides staffing support for the organizations that are part of the holding company.
Обеспечивает компаниям, входящим в холдинг, организационную и кадровую поддержку.
The business organized by its companies in the infrastructure for carrying out any kind of business and all necessary services, which creates the optimal conditions for entrepreneurship.
Создает привлекательные условия для предпринимательской деятельности.
The Linum Group develops and introduces comprehensive technological products aimed at the development of the national textile industry, creates new jobs, and actively conquers international markets. As early as 7,000 years ago, flax was known in Assyria and Babylon, from where it was introduced to Egypt. Egyptian priests wore linen clothing as a symbol of purity and light. The mummies of the pharaohs were wrapped in linen fabric. The Linum Group, under the management of Dominion Managing Company, supervises the textile manufacture of the holding company, implementing contemporary managerial and informational technologies and approaches. In order to organize efficient manufacture, a special regional cooperation department was created, which carries out continuous management of companies including Volогодский Textile. Volогодский Textile is knowledge, skills, and jobs passed from generation to generation. Dominion is advanced technology and socially responsible, contemporary methods of management. Pure linen and linen blends, linen lamsan yarn for knitwear, rope, string, fabric for industrial use, and many others. All of this is made by Volогодский Textile. In ancient Rus, linen was venerated almost as a living being. There are well-known cases of peasants taking off all their clothes when sewing flax, thus showing their poverty, so that the flax would have mercy on them and yield a good harvest. Another custom was even more widespread, however. Peasants wore linen shirts when sewing flax. Tsars considered it an honor to wear linen clothing. Another ancient saying went like this: linen and Tsar both mount the throne together. Today, Volогодский Textile is Dominion plus Linum. The Linum Group has technical, staffing, and organizational resources not only for promoting products, but also for introducing innovative technologies. В первую очередь на предприятии Вологодский текстиль. For testing new technologies, a scientific laboratory, which developed and introduced a revolutionary method for cottonizing, was established. Linum is conquering new Russian markets and also finds its way to international markets. The Linum Group is striving to render Russian manufacturers viable on a global scale. Today, Europeans are pleased to be able to wear wonderful garments made of Linum products. By the 1840s, linen occupied the leading position among Russian exports. In 1843, for example, linen fibers and flaxseed to the tune of 19 million rubles was exported, whereas bread export accounted for only 12 million rubles. Before World War I, Russia occupied the leading position in the manufacture of linen fiber, 85% of global manufacture. The global market enjoys enormous demand for products of pure linen. Customers value the remarkable qualities of the fabric, which breathes, does not accumulate static electricity, and reflects hazardous rays. Linen keeps one warm in cold weather and works as an air conditioner in hot weather. Today, linen is becoming a popular material also in Russia, and this is historically justified. The Linum Group has many years of experience of working on the Russian market. Developing and supporting manufacture have always been the priorities of the Linum Group. The Linum Group is a reliable and professional partner, one of the most trustworthy in its area of activity.
Со всеми, кому не безразлична судьба отечественного предпринимательства.